In today's video, we will see different functions of sum like sum, SUMIF, SUMIFS, SUMSQ and SUMPRODUCT. Hi, my name is Vijay and you are watching OfficeMonk. Let's start the video without any delays. Here we have got a sales data and we have to do sum of quantity sold as well as amount. So our function or formula will be plus or equal to sum. As soon as I typed S, I got recommendation sum. Bracket open. I'll select the range, means top cell is to, I'll click on the bottom cell and will close the bracket and will hit enter. So I got my sum over here. Let's see this in the second way. I'll delete this. Plus or equal to sum, bracket open. I'll select the whole range. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. We will see the third way. I'll delete this. I'll go in home tab. Then I'll go to extreme right hand side. Here we have got our functions. On the top we can see sum function. I'll select this and I'll hit enter. So we got our sum over here. Now let's come to the amount. We can find out the sum over here in the same way, but this time we are going to use shortcut. In case you are using MacBook, the shortcut will be Command plus Shift plus T. And if you are using Windows, the shortcut will be Alt plus equal to. I am using MacBook, so I'll press Command, Shift and T. And no need to hit enter. I got my amount over here, means sum total of my amount over here. In case you have got only couple of values, in that case you can do plus or equal to sum, bracket open. You can select the values manually. I selected the first amount plus second amount plus third amount. I'll close the bracket and I'll hit enter. So over here I haven't selected the range. I have selected the cells manually. I'll delete this. I'll delete this also. I'll delete couple of values from the center. Now I'll use my shortcut Alt plus equal to, and I got my sum total over here. One thing to notice, when I'll double click on the range, my sum total is only from here till the end, means it haven't selected the whole range. In this case what we will have to do, we will have to delete this and we'll have to select our range manually. And we'll have to hit enter. So whenever you are using shortcut, please ensure there is no blank value. In case there is blank value, select the range manually. Now let's see SUMIF. Here I have got sales data where I have got name of salesperson along with region, date, items, quantity sold and amount. Now I want to check quantity sold and amount of particular items. So we will use SUMIF over here. Plus or equal to SUMIF. We got the recommendation. Bracket open. Range. We have to provide our range over here. So either we can select this manually or we can click on the top and all the things will be selected. Now we will press function F4 and the cells will be logged. Comma, we have to provide the criteria. So we want quantity sold of mobile. I'll insert double inverted comma and will type mobile manually. Double inverted comma close. Comma, we have to provide some range. Over here we want quantity sold, so I'll select quantity sold over here. We'll press function F4 and the cells will be logged. Bracket close and I'll hit enter. So total quantity sold of mobile is 680. I'll drag this down. One thing you'll notice that in all the items, it's showing 680 because we have typed mobile over here. Let's make this dynamic. I'll double click over here and will delete mobile along with double inverted commas and will select the item name from here. Now I'll hit enter and will drag this down. Now we got quantity sold of all the individual items: TV, earphone, watch, tablet and earbuds. When we will change the name from here, TV, We got the total amount sold of TV. Let's undo this, Ctrl Z or Command Z. Now let's use SUMIF formula for amount. Plus or equal to SUMIF, bracket open, range. So we want amount of items. We will click over here on the top. We'll press function F4 and the cells will be locked. Comma. We are not going to type mobile manually. We will select our cell. Comma. Sum range. We want total of amount. So we will click over here on the top. We'll press function F4. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we will drag this down. So the function of SUMIF is only for one criteria. Here we had got only one criteria of items. One thing you might have noticed, I have selected the data from the top and not in this way. So what's the basic logic behind that? I'll copy this, Ctrl C or Command C, and we'll go in a vast data. This data is really vast. Over here all the heads are same as it was in last sheet. Now I'll paste over here. And you'll notice that I have got details of all the things over here and I haven't changed any formula or function. And this got updated automatically because I had selected the data from the top and not from the range. So whenever you are working on any data, either small or big, try to select the data from the top and not the range. I'll delete this from here. Now let's move to SUMIFs. In SUMIF, we had only one criteria of items. But in SUMIFs, we are going to take 3 criterias. In SUMIFs, you can take up to 250 criterias. But we are going to see only for 3 criterias, or we are going to use only 3 criterias over here. Quantity sold. Now we will insert the function of SUMIFs plus or equal to SUMIFs. I'll select this, bracket open, sum range. In SUMIF, we had to provide range, but in SUMIFs, we have to provide sum range. So what's our sum range over here? We want count of quantity sold. We will select this and we'll press function F4 and the cell will be locked. Comma. Now we have to provide criteria range. So our first criteria is salesperson. We will select this. We'll press function F4. Comma. Now we have to provide the criteria. This is the criteria. We will select this. Comma. Criteria range 2. So criteria range 2 is region. We will select region. We'll press function F4. Comma. Criteria range 2. So our criteria range 2 is over here. Means this cell. Comma. Criteria range 3. So criteria range 3 is items. So we will select this, we'll press function F4 and the cell will be locked, comma, criteria 3, we will select first item from here. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Now we will drag this till end. So Albert sold 89 mobiles from East region. When we will change it to West, there was 0 sales. North, 0, South, again 0. Means Albert sold mobile only from East region. Now let's insert SUMIFs in amount plus or equal to SUMIFs, bracket open, sum range. This is our sum range. Amount, function F4 and cells will be locked, comma. Criteria range 1. Our criteria range 1 is salesperson. So we will select data of all the salesperson from here and we'll press function F4 and the cells will be locked, comma. Criteria. So the criteria is salesperson, comma. Criteria range 2. Criteria range 2 is region. We will select region from here. We'll press function F4, comma. Criteria 2. Criteria 2 is over here. We will select this, comma. Criteria range 3. So criteria range 3 is items. So we will select items from here and we'll press function F4, comma. Criteria 3 is mobile. So we will select mobile from here. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our amount over here. We will drag this down. So Albert sold 89 mobiles from East region and the total amount was this. In the same way, Colby sold 93 mobiles from East region and the total amount was this. So this is how SUMIFs work. One thing to remember over here, we have to provide sum range just once and criteria range and criteria will be repeated again and again. Let's move to sum product now. Over here we want sales of all the items, but we have got quantity sold and rate. Now we have got two choices over here. Either we multiply rate with quantity sold or we can use sum product function. If we will do it manually, it's going to take lots of time. Plus or equal to this into this, enter. We will have to drag it down. Then we will have to use some formula or some function. Then we can get total amount. But we are not going to do this. I'll delete this. We are going to use function of sum product. I'll click over here. We'll make this bigger. Let's use our function over here. Plus or equal to sum product, bracket open, array. So our first array is this, quantity sold, comma, array2. So array2 is rate because we want to multiply quantity sold with rate or rate with quantity sold. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our total over here. Let's cross check it manually. Plus rate into quantity sold. Enter. We'll drag this down. We'll sum all the things. We'll remove the decimal places. So the amount over here, what we had done manually, is same of sum product. So this is how sum product works. Now let's move to sum square. We have got few numbers over here and we want to do sum square of all the numbers. So if the numbers will be less, it can be done easily. But in case the numbers will be more, it will be really challenging. Let's do with one number plus SUMSQ means sum square. We will select number 1. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our result over here. Let's put some color over here to highlight it. Now we will do sum square for two numbers. Plus sum square, SUMSQ, bracket open, number 1, comma, number 2. We will close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our result over here. Let's cross check it manually. Plus this into this. Let's take this in bracket. Plus 64. Let's take this in bracket. 64 into 64. Let's close the bracket and let's hit enter. 7121, 7121. I'll delete this. We'll insert our formula over here now. Plus SUMSQ, bracket open, number 1, comma, number 2, comma, number 3. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. Here we have got 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Plus SUMSQ or sum square. Number 1 is this, comma, number 2, comma, number 3, comma, number 4, comma, number 5. We'll close the bracket and we'll hit enter. So we got our sum square over here. I'll drag this till down. So this is how sum square works. I'm sure you must have loved the video. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. See you soon with a new topic. Till then. Bye-bye.